Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Basics of Computer Engineering. In today's video, we will be learning about the concepts of looping using C language. Looping concept is used when we want to iterate or repeat a block multiple times. We will be learning about for and while loops. In today's video, we will be concentrating specifically on the concepts of for loop. In our next video, we will be looking at while loops as well. For loop is a control statement which is used for iteration when the specific condition for our code is known to us. To understand the concept of iteration, let us look at the first code in which we need to print a word hello 5 times. Let us see how to do it. Here we will be making use of for loop because we know that the word has to be iterated 5 times. To start with, hash include angular bracket stdio.h. In next line we will write hash include angular bracket conio.h. Then we will be writing void space main parenthesis, and then we will be making use of opening curly braces to start our program. Then I am declaring a variable a of integer data type. Before starting with the concept of for loop, let us quickly look at the syntax of writing a for loop. Firstly, we will be writing the word for. Then we will start with opening parenthesis, and then we will first start with the initialization of our variable. Here our variable is a, to which I have assigned the value as a equal to 0. Then I need to specify my condition for the loop, that till when I need to execute this. In our question we need to execute it total 5 times only. Hence I am just writing here as a is less than or equal to 5. After that we need to write iteration process. This is done by making use of either increment operator or decrement operator. Here we need to increase the value of a from 0 to 5. Hence I will be making use of increment operator by taking 2 plus signs. Initialization, condition and iteration. These three are separated by making use of semicolons in between them. And then it would be totally closed by making use of closing parenthesis. Now when we will compile our code, the compiler will check that the value of a is equal to 0, which is lesser than 5. Hence our condition is satisfied in this case. So the block under this loop will be executed for once. Then the value of a will be incremented by 1. This is because we have made use of increment operator. Now the value of a is 1, which is again lesser than 5. So again the block will be executed. Then the value will be taken as 2 and slowly it will be going till 5. Once the value reaches 5, it will again execute that block. Why? Because we have taken here lesser than or equal to sign. But when the condition is taken to be 6, then our block won't be executed and the code will totally stop over there itself. Now let us get back to our code. So here I am writing the for loop statement which is supposed to be executed for this code. This has already been explained by me. Here in our loop we need to print only one word. Hence I will start with opening curly braces. Then by making use of printf statement I will write the word as hello, and then again I will be closing this with closing curly braces, and our final code will also be closed by closing curly braces. Now our code is completed, so let us compile it. After the code has been compiled, we can see the output as the word hello being printed 5 times. But we can also change this output. So in our for loop itself, we will take another printf statement and we will write /n. Purpose behind this is that we need to shift our output after each iteration on next line. As you can see, it has been clearly done. Now we will be starting with our second code. Our second question is to find the sum of the numbers till the number which has been specified by the user. We will again start with hash include angular bracket stdio.h. In next line we will write hash include conio.h in angular brackets itself. Then we will write void space main parenthesis. Then I will make use of opening curly braces. Now I am declaring three variables of integer data type. These are n, I and sum has been assigned as 0. Then by making use of printf statement, a text message will be displayed asking the user to enter the value of n. Once the value has been specified by the user, this value will be accepted by making use of scanf statement. Now I can directly start writing with my for statement. So here my initialization is that I equal to 0. My condition is that I has to be lesser than or equal to n. Here n is the value which is given by the user, and then I am making use of increment operator to increment the value of I by 1. Now I am assigning the value of sum plus I to the variable sum itself. This statement is written inside the for loop because this is the only process which has to be iterated again and again. The value of I will be incremented at each step, and this value of incremented I will be added to the value of our sum variable. At each step, the value of sum variable will be changed according to the value of I. After the statement for my for loop is written, I will close this block with closing curly braces. From the next line, I will be making use of printf statement and I will display the actual sum. Message displayed will be sum of %d numbers is %d. This simply means that sum of n numbers is sum variable. After writing printf statement, I will write the word getch, parenthesis, then semicolon. Now our final code is done and we will close it by making use of closing curly braces. Now we are ready to compile our code. So let's compile it and check the result. Now the user is asked to enter the value of n. Let's say the user have entered 12 as the value of n. When we will run this code, the value obtained by adding all the numbers till 12 will be shown on the screen. By making use of this code, we can add the values up to 1000 also. Let us understand this code in detailed manner. You all would have understood the declaration part very easily. 7th and 8th line would also have been understood by the viewers very easily. The question can actually be displaying the sum of n numbers and the value of n is given by the user itself. Let us assume that the user has entered the value of n as 3. So now the actual sum which has to be displayed is 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this is actually 6. As this is one digit number, it is very easy for us to understand. But let us have a look at this example only with the concept of C language. User has entered the value of n as 3 and we have accepted it. Now the value of n equal to 3 and value of sum is 0. In our for loop, we have assigned the value of I equal to 0. Now when we will run this code, the compiler will first check the value of I. So now the value of I is 0, which is lesser than the value of n. Why? Because the value of n is 3. Hence our for block will be executed. Now the value of sum is equal to 0 and the value of I is also equal to 0. So 0 plus 0 will be 0. Now the value of our sum variable is 0. Now the loop will again get back to our for statement. Now the value of I will be incremented by 1. Hence I is supposed to be 1. Again the value of I is lesser than 3. So this will again execute the for block. Now the value of sum is 0 and I is 1. So 0 plus 1 will be taken as 1. Now the variable sum, which is on left hand side of the equal to operator, has the value as 1 in it. Now its value is not 0. As this part is done, the compiler will again get back to the for statement and check the value of I. Now it has incremented by 1. So the value of I is considered to be as 2. Again our for block will be executed. Why? Because 2 is lesser than 3. Hence our condition has been satisfied. Now the sum variable, which is on right hand side of the equal to operator, has the value of 1 in it and I is taken as 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. This value of 3 will be assigned to the variable sum, which is on the left hand side of our equal to operator. After that, again the value of I will be incremented by 1 and this time it will be taken as 3. Getting back to 11th line, the values on right hand side of the equal to operator is sum is equal to 3 and I is also equal to 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So the value of the variable sum on left hand side operator is 6. Again the value of I will be incremented by 1. Now its value will be taken as 4. This time our block won't be executed because 4 is greater than 3. Here our condition is not getting satisfied. Hence our for loop will be stopped and the program will directly get back to the 13th line. Now the value of sum is 6 and the value stored in variable n is 3. So both these values will be displayed accordingly, and there our program ends. Now let us start with our third program of nested for loop. Our third question is to print the tables from 1 to 3 up to 10. We will start with hash include angular bracket stdio.h. In the next line we will write hash include angular bracket conio.h. Then we will write void space main parenthesis, and then we will be making use of opening curly braces. Now I am declaring two variables a and b of integer data type. The for used in the 8th line is written for the site which has to take only constant value till 10. Hence, in its initialization process, we will be taking a equal to 1. A is lesser than or equal to 3 because we have to print the table till 3 only, and this value will be incremented by 1. Inside this for block, we will be starting with another for block. Here, the initialization would be b equal to 1, b is lesser than or equal to 10, and b plus plus. Inside this for block, I will make use of printf statement and I will write /n because I want to display each text on the next line. So %d into %d equal to %d. This is the format in which I want my tables to be printed. So first variable is of a, second is of b, and third is a into b. Then by making use of closing curly braces, I will close the for block of 10th line. Then in the 14th line, I am writing printf/n. This is for the next table. Again, by making use of closing curly braces, I will close the for block of the 8th line. Finally, we will end our program by making use of closing curly braces. Now we are ready to compile our program. After compiling the program, the output is clearly visible on the screen itself. Tables from 1 to 3 has been displayed up to 10. After the completion of this code, we have finally reached the end of our video. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Do share it with your friends, like it, and don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates.